Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. I hope you guys are ready for a new project. I prepared today a double loop scarf, which should be pretty simple to do with a great result, in silver and a nice minty stripe here in the middle as well. So I used one spool for all of this and my 6mm needle. And yeah, you see here what it looks like. The width for the scarf is about 18 centimeters or a bit over 7 inches. And it is very, very cuddly, very warm, so great for the upcoming winter and cold weather. So if you want to see, make sure to stay tuned. So I'm starting with one spool, so this is scarfy wool, and this is all that we need. So one ball makes one scarf, and you see here the colors that we have as well. So a little bit of mint and a lot of silvery gray here. And then we have 150 grams or 5.3 ounces, 22% wool, 78% acrylic, 285 meters or 312 yards. And it's recommended for 6.5mm needles. So I'll use my 6mm instead, and I'll use my measuring tape as well. So the color is mint silver and the numbers are on here as well. So that's pretty much it, and let's get started right away. We will do some chains for starters. The start you already know, and if not, feel free to repeat what I'm doing. Also, another benefit of one spool, one scarf project is that there's not a lot of weaving in to do in the end, so that's super practical. So I won't be counting the chains this time, and I'll do this till I get about 120 to 30 centimeters in length. In yards, that would be about 1.3 yards. So you can of course adjust the length according to your own needs and wishes. But the cool thing is that you don't have to count the chains this time, so just make sure to get your own desired length. So my chains are now as long as I want them, and now I'll put it in a loop shape and I'll check for twists and turns, so we don't want those this time. And now here is my beginning and my end on my needle, so where I paused, and now I'll connect those with a slip stitch. So just go through and take your working thread onto your needle. Pull through, and that's it. That's our loop. As you can see, it's super simple. Then we do 2 chains for the height, and we go into the following chain and we do a half treble. I also did a yarn over the needle before the half treble, and repeat. And then go all around till you reach your beginning. So here I am at the beginning now. I'll close it up with a slip stitch again. And here is the pattern forming slowly. So let's take 2 for the height, and now I won't go into the stitches themselves, but I'll simply take the yarn over the needle and go through the 2 half trebles that I did in the last row. And when I do that, I'll again do a half treble, and then again repeat. Make sure you stay as loose as you can. And you see how you get the stitches to seem a bit bigger than the ones you started with in the first row, simply by going through a different spot in your work. So let's again do the whole round. So second round is again done. I'll again connect with a slip stitch and I'll do 2 for the height, again the same. Then when we do that, we can go between the stitches. And our third round is started. And this is pretty much all we do for now. Continue until you have just a little bit of wool left over. So here is the progress that we made so far. So you see how it changes when we do a bit, let's say, deeper half treble, as I like to call it, and that's what we get. So we have a nice stripe here in the middle with the minty shade. And anyway, I have finished almost all of the silver and have just a bit of minty blue left over for the end. And here you see what we have for now. So I'll do one last round that I'll simply do in slip stitches. That way I'll give it a bit sturdier and firmer shape. So slip stitches are super simple. You just take the thread through the stitch. And you get a nice V-shaped row for the ending. And we again have a nice minty shade for the ending. So I'll finish this and then we are done. I'm here at the beginning of the round, so I'll shorten my thread and pull it out. So let's now hide this so that you can't tell where it is. Go into the next stitch and then into the original one. And when you pull your thread through, you kind of hide it so that it looks like every other stitch in that row. So you see how nice it looks now. So you can see where we started our rows and where we ended them. And this is the end thread, and the beginning one is all that we need to weave in. Apart from that, we are pretty much done. So you see today's project in a very cool silver shade with a nice minty detail or a stripe. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and if you tried it out, how you found it and how you like your own result. You can also shoot a thumbs up if you had fun. If you want to stay updated for future videos, feel free to subscribe as well. And I'll see you in our next project. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye!